Have you ever dreamt of a better version of yourself? Younger, more beautiful, more perfect. One single injection unlocks your DNA and will release another version of yourself.
Hey, howdy, hey, awesome people of the internet, Wolfman47 here. So I thought to extend my Let's Play, not Let's Play, Let's Talk vlogs to newly released things, because as much as I'd love to talk about all stuff that has been out for so long, it's also good to talk about things that have been recently come out, because there's just so many things that recently come out that I see with Clank Zoka and others that I just don't get the chance to really talk about it, and often I kind of leave my written reviews for various things till much later on. So I thought that starting today I would be doing more Let's Talk videos of the recently released and newly released things that are either that are in the cinemas, on streaming, and yeah, just talk about them while they're still fresh in people's minds and everybody's still raving about them, or not raving. So yeah. So I'm going to start this series off, and just to clarify that the written reviews will still continue. It'll just be for some, not all things that I see that will be written, and then I'll do videos like this for things that I feel needs a video review. So yeah. Okay. So that aside, so the nature of this film was that it came across as a mystery screening. So usually you get some cinemas that like to show a mystery screening, which people don't know what they're going to expect, don't know what it's going to be. There's going to be like some subtle hints, and there was definitely some subtle hints for this one. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, we don't know what we were expecting. We knew it was an 18. We knew it was 2 hours and 20 minutes. I might be wrong about that. And Clank Zoka did sort of predict that it might be a film called The Substance, and as it turns out, it was exactly that film, which comes out later this month, and I can definitely say it's definitely a pretty, pardon my French, a pretty fucked up kind of film. But I can't really explain why, because it kind of would fall into sort of spoiler territory. So I'm just going to talk about the film in general, not giving away any spoilers. And if I feel like I should talk about spoilers, I'll leave that for another time. So Demi Moore plays this character called Elizabeth Sparkle, who is this fitness instructor, quite a famous fitness instructor that finally has a star on the sort of Hollywood Walk of Fame, so to speak. As it turns out, her show has started to give this unknown network a lot of negative criticism, low ratings, and all sorts, which means that the big studio executive decides that it's time for her to depart and look for fresh young talent, because Elizabeth Sparkle wants to continue to be part of TV and just wants to keep her career going. She decides that she goes through this sort of depression stage and decides to pursue this thing called The Substance, which, as it turns out, is a thing that allows her young self to be young, good looking, and so forth again, but there's kind of a sort of negative effects and so forth to it. So she goes, grabs this drug thing, begins the procedure of it, and then a kind of young female body that calls herself Sue, which is played by Margaret Qualley, decides to take over, and basically it's a case of a switcheroo. So it's Margaret Qualley for a period of time, and then it's back to Demi Moore for another period of time, and it kind of switches. But then it kind of gets predictable in the sense that both characters do kind of break the rules a bit. They can't break the rules a bit, so that which causes negative effects to each person. And my god, when it got towards the climax, one of them was definitely not looking like they should be. It's like they were a completely different thing altogether. So yeah, it's definitely a messed up kind of film. Definitely a film that would put people off eating and drinking for a while. and it has a lot of blood and gore to it. Not as in like every single scene is blood and gore. No. You get some scene, you get a few scenes that have a lot of blood and gore, a few more scenes that have a few blood and gore, and then at the ending there's like blood splattered everywhere, and yeah, just it's pretty messed up, I gotta say. And yeah, I don't really have anything to really complain about, but when I did see the film with Plank Zoka and two of our regular cinema going friends, he and one of the other friends kept looking away every time the sort of bloody gory scenes started to occur, and I was just watching it, not looking away, just enjoying and just laughing at everything that was going on, because it was just so fucked up that I just enjoyed the heck out of it. And yeah, he and this other friend are such wusses for looking away, but here's what it is. So that is The Substance. It's just distributed by Universal Pictures in most countries, whereas here in the UK it's distributed by and I'm probably going to get this one, a company called Mubai, and also one of the production companies is Working Title, who I last saw in the Heath Ledger Cornetto trilogy. I think in terms of how fucked up the film is, it is definitely up there as among the films that I've seen that's pretty fucked up. I have talked about some of those films on here previously, and I will continue to do so as time goes on. But yeah, The Substance is definitely a fucked up kind of film, and I'm glad that we decided to take a risk with this mystery screening, because, like I say, we don't know what to expect. The whole joy of mystery screens is that you don't know what to expect. There's some subtle things that we can figure out, and it's kind of like the mystery boxes I buy and subscribe to, where you don't know what you're gonna get, and it's kind of pointless, getting a refund or whatever, because there was not really, you weren't really guaranteed what that you'd be guaranteed to get some things, obviously, but you wouldn't know what the things actually are, which I think is all on eBay these days. But yeah, in terms of where I've seen Margaret Qualley and Demi Moore. I've seen Demi Moore in a lot of things. This is probably the first thing I've seen with her in it that has been a long time, and I actually didn't recognise her to begin with because it's been so long since I saw Demi Moore thing. Whereas Margaret Qualley, and I'm probably pronouncing her name wrong, this is the first film I've actually seen of hers, although I have seen pictures of her before, and I gotta be honest, she's stunning. And both these actresses do have a lot of nude scenes, particularly in the parts where they're sort of switching between sides. And I don't know why, but I just feel very attracted to Margaret Qualley because she's just so darn stunning and good looking. Probably one of the hottest actresses in the world at the moment, up there with others. So yeah, and without giving too much away, it does get to a point where both of them do kind of coexist, in that they are aware of each other's actions and are frustrated when each other kind of break the rules that they've got. Demi Moore's character especially, because she gets the sort of bad part of it, without giving too much away, and yeah, you can kind of get the idea of what happens and so forth. It's a little bit complicated to explain in terms of how they kind of switch and so forth, but you kind of understand and get it sort of as time goes on. But yeah, that is The Substance. Definitely a fucked up film, definitely worth a watch if you're into that sort of thing, but make sure you don't eat or drink while you watch the film, because as I say, it's one of those films that is going to put you off eating and drinking for a little while for sure. So yeah, and I think I will probably rate it, because Clipchamp only does like a star rating. It doesn't really do like out of 10, although I can do it out of 10, but I'm just going to do a star rating. I'm going to give it 4 stars. It's definitely a fucked up film. It's definitely a film that you should give a watch if you like blood and gory stuff. It is rated 18 here in the UK, and it deserves the rating that it gets. If you don't know what the 18 rating is, or you're not familiar with the British, the BBFC, who do age ratings here in the UK, I do have a video where I talk about them. But yeah, it definitely deserved its age rating. Do give it a watch when it comes out. It comes out on the 20th of September, I believe. I could be wrong about that. And yeah, do definitely give mystery screenings a go, because it's the sort of thing that you never know what you're going to expect, and you might actually enjoy what you see in them. So yeah. And I should say the reason why I'm not wearing much at the moment is because I was sweating so much when we were watching the film at cinema, because the room wasn't exactly well insulated, and we were all sweating because of just all the stuff that was going on. I wasn't the only one. There was like a few others as well. And when both Clank Zoka and my other friend were reacting to it, everybody was kind of enjoying the reactions they were getting, because they was quite over the top and dramatic, I must say. And you don't often get films that they watch where they are getting a bit too carried away and dramatic and just be like, oh, I don't like this. So yeah, but yeah, give The Substance a watch. Hopefully it may win awards, but it probably won't, because some of the times with these films that are not, big budget films, they kind of fall under the radar despite getting rave reviews. I've heard this film has had some rave reviews so far. So yeah, that is The Substance. Give it a watch if you can, and I'd love to know what you think about it in the comments, wherever they are. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more of my videos, hit the subscribe button. I do videos BST/GMT time, usually at 9 AM, 1 PM, 3 PM and 9 PM. Not necessarily at those times every single day, but it's usually a mix of regular videos like this and shorts. So yeah, and this kind of video where I talk about recently released stuff will not be part of the 1 PM schedule. It'll be probably depending on the age rating, 9 PM or 3 PM or whatever. So yeah. So please subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, and if you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to share with your pals, share with your pals. If you want to leave a comment, please do so, wherever the thing is. See you in the next one. Peace to you all. And remember, don't do drugs. Do not do anything that's going to be quite risky. And if you have to switch between two bodies, treat them as one and the same. Do not betray one over the other, because the other will pay the price and look a bit weird and scary and so forth, which is probably my sole way of giving too much away. But yeah, give it a watch and let me know what you think, or don't. It's up to you. I'm not your boss or anything. So yeah. Right. Toodles.
Now, as I was saying, drugs are bad. You shouldn't do drugs. If you do them, you're bad, because drugs are bad, okay? It's a bad thing to do drugs, so don't be bad by doing drugs, okay? That'd be bad.